Good afternoon, folks. We are live at the Environmental Learning Center celebrating Arttober. You can see all of this amazing artwork in our title gallery, just one of two galleries here at the Environmental Learning Center. I am Sonia Louise, and I am introducing you to one of our featured artists, Lisa Rose. I'm trying to... Hi, Lisa.
Hi there, how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
Good, thank you.
So introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your show.
I'm Lisa Rose, and I'm doing the Jewel Tones and show here at the Environmental Learning Center. I'm very pleased to be part of the Arttober Festival, I guess it will be, the event opening October 24th between 4 and 6.
Beautiful.
Try and come.
So the name of your show is Jewel Tones in Nature. Can you tell me a little bit about why that name for your show?
Well, I'm kind of known as a colorist. I put a lot of color in my paintings, and people always go, "Oh, I love your colors," but I just say, it's nature. It's actually nature. I'm just basically going from a photograph of a sunrise or a sunset or whatever happens to be in Florida.
What got you into this, Lisa? What turned you into a colorist?
Well, it was basically a lark. I decided, I just lost my earring. I decided years ago to just take my first art class, and I just loved it. So I wound up pursuing it, and now before you know it, I've got a show going.
Wow. So art must do something for you then if you decided it, because having a whim of an art class is one thing, but then deciding, literally, Lisa, this room is filled with your art. So what made you keep doing it? What does art do for you?
It is so satisfying to me. I had no idea my whole life that I could do it, and I started when I was 67. So always never say no, just try. That's all I can suggest. And it just transports you. When I'm painting away, I don't know, somebody's moving my hand. I'm very quick. Everybody always says how quick I am.
Wow.
Just something takes over.
So tell me a little bit about that, Lisa. So I'm looking at this painting here, Sunrise 2 at Old Palm from 2019. So tell me a little bit about your process. So you said your hand just kind of takes over.
Yes. Well, this was from a photograph a friend sent in Sebastian. This is in his backyard. And I just started because I'm working with pastels, which is almost like a piece of chalk. So it has powder. So you start at the top, so all the powder floats down. Fill it in, and first I do an actual drawing of the basic layout. But then I just start doing the clouds and just letting it, following usually a photograph, because as I said, nature is incredible, just in its own self.
So are you duplicating the photograph, or is the photograph kind of a place of inspiration and then...
I follow pretty carefully if I can.
Wow.
I try and do almost as much as I can. Sometimes, of course, I'll add a little interest here and there, but basically nature is on its own.
Wow. And so I'm noticing, Lisa, that this is not just nature, but Florida in particular.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about what about Florida specifically inspires you.
Well, for example, this first piece on the top is Osprey Acres, which is a water catchment area that they've just created, but it all so when I go to do the birding, I'll take some photographs of the area and then come home and try and paint it. See the reflections of the clouds in the water, and it's beautiful. Florida is beautiful.
So beautiful. And tell me about this one here. This is one of my favorites, Lisa.
Well, this is just a sunset area, and it's kind of not a specific place. It's just a feeling. It's just Florida.
Oh, so this one is less about a place
And more of
more about a
the
feeling.
tones in the, when you're out in a sunset.
Ah, I feel it. I feel it. This kind of makes me think of a golf course. I'm not a golfer, but
it's actually supposed to be dunes.
Oh,
It's beach dunes.
nice.
And again, all the beautiful colors that, once you become an artist, I discovered that I could never look at anything the same anymore. Everything, I just say, okay, what color would I use for that? And what color would I use for that? And a cloud is not a cloud. It's grays and pinks and purples, and it changes your whole life.
Wow, amazing. And so you're hanging a show here at the Environmental Learning Center. And so can you tell me a little bit about how your work and how your show mirrors the mission of the ELC and why that's important to you?
Well, hopefully this will encourage people to see the nature that they're living in here and to see it from another point of view, from all the colors that are out there. It's one thing to say, oh, it's a great sunset, but then to really pay attention to all the details and the animals, and I don't know, Florida is just a wonderful place.
And so speaking of animals, I have to ask you about the mantis shrimp.
Well, I actually started painting and I thought it was a lobster. And then somebody advised me, no, that's a mantis shrimp.
What a cool critter.
And of course the turtles. We have turtle dreams and turtle rendezvous.
And so are these also from pictures, Lisa?
Basically, that would be from something I saw somewhere. It could be something from a magazine or from Pinterest, or this is like a plein air piece.
Oh, tell me about that. What's plein air for those?
It's when you go out in the environment and set up your easel right outside and just paint away. So that's from the Tiki Bar in Sebastian.
No kidding.
Okay.
And how long does something like that take you?
Something like that would probably take 2 or 3 hours.
No kidding.
Yep. And you just lay it out, start filling in, and just let it take off. That's all.
Wow. Kind of like your hand does when you start painting,
Yes.
huh? Beautiful. Lisa, there is some amazing work here. And I really love that you pointed out that it's less about the place and more about the feeling. So when I'm here, I don't have to be looking so closely at like, what's every little
Exactly
detail.
is that?
Mhm.
It's more like that's the essence when you arrive in a marsh.
And this, I think, so beautifully. Like I have goosebumps just looking at this gorgeous, and it's the color and it's the dreaminess of it.
It's the jewel tones of nature. Is what it is.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So Lisa, what do you hope people walk away having seen your work?
Well, hopefully they'll have an appreciation, another level of appreciation of what's all around them in Florida. Take home a little joy.
Absolutely.
My backyard, right out in my backyard.
This is your backyard.
Yep, I get a sunrise.
Wow. No lack of inspiration there.
Oh no, and it's the colors of the sunrise.
Wow. Lisa, it's gorgeous. So, do you have a message for your fans out there?
Well, I would say, first of all, try something new. You never know.
Absolutely.
Never too late.
You
to
never
try
know.
something different and get a whole other inspiration in life.
Awesome. And how can people reach out to you?
Well, I have a website, which is lisaroseart.com, www. And I have a Facebook page, which is also Lisa Rose Fine Art. And I have an Instagram page. Which is Lisa. You can find me.
Perfect, perfect. And you can find her, I'm going to back around, here at the Environmental Learning Center on Saturday, October 24th from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. We're going to have some local brews, some hard seltzers, some nice wines that have been donated, and of course this lovely face right here with me and the beautiful work that is adorning the walls of our title gallery. Hope that you all will join us. See you again soon.